next up, we'll back out of controllers a little bit and go take a look at the Gen folder. The Gen folder is, for each one, is just a single file, main.go. And it's pretty much it's mostly a copy paste for each one as well. It just has slightly different imports for each one.
Yeah.
So for course, it's importing the course design. I think everything else is actually just copy paste. So what this does is, first off, it creates gets a variable for where it wants to put all this files Goa generates, and then it'll check that from the command line if necessary. So you can actually say go run main.go -out and then a folder if you want Goa to spit out into some subfolder or something.
Mm-hmm.
So that's defining the command line argument. This says parse all the command lines. CodeGen parse DSL basically says we're importing the design folder with all the Goa DSL, all the Goa design language stuff. This says using Goa's CodeGen stuff, parse all that.
Okay.
So once it's all parsed, then you say CodeGen run, and you give it a bunch of generators. So there's a bunch of different generators, but there's 5 that we use in almost all of our microservices. So there's the Swagger generator, which generates the Swagger files for the nice documentation. There's the app generator. That's the important one that actually generates the actual Goa app code. That's the primary reason you're using Goa is for this one. There's a client generator, which generates code for other microservices to talk to this microservice. Okay. There's our database generator for generating our database, and then we've got a YAML generator. This on App Engine, every App Engine app has to have an app.yaml.
Yeah.
This just generates that app.yaml.
That came with
this is
Goa?
something we wrote.
We had to write that.
We wrote this one.
Sweet.
It doesn't have any design API at all. So you just have this generator. It'll look at the standard Goa routes and use it to generate the app.yaml, which is required for App Engine.
Yeah.
So this was also very helpful because we couldn't use just like .star in our app.yaml because there's a bunch of different microservices.
Yeah. And
so we had to actually put specific routes. So this YAML gen will actually find all the routes in the design and specifically list them out in the app YAML.
Nice.
So very helpful because we kept forgetting to put in the actual routes in the app YAML for a while until I decided this is getting annoying.
Yeah. All right, so this func main.go, this is the main under course repo. We have the course repo, and then we have the gen folder, and then we're in main.go. So course, and then gen, and main.go. Is this the only main.go in this entire repo?
There's a main.go and controllers as well.
Is there a main.go and controllers?
So this is the main generator.
Okay, controllers. So, rookie question. The more I admit I don't know, the higher I go. The higher I go, the harder it is to admit I don't know. Rookie question. Main is the entry point, right? There's package main. And so, like, if we have package here in controllers, we have package, we have main.go, and we have package main. Boop, boop, package main. And then inside of gen, we have main.go, and that is package main, and those just get called by in different situations.
It builds 2 separate executables.
Okay.
So this one builds.
So this isn't a total lame-o question. It's a pretty good question, right? There's only supposed to be one main.go.
Yes. So this is making there's 2 executables in the repo technically.
Okay.
There's this one, which is an executable that just generates all the files, and then there's the one in controllers, which is the actual microservice. Okay,
got it. And then this one, when this one runs, we've got a variable outdir, and then here are some. If we wanted to define, there's outdir, and so if we wanted to define command line parameters that when this runs, we want to pass in parameters. This is where we define them. So in outdoor, we're storing flag string var
So the first argument's a pointer to the variable where you want it stored.
Yeah, and so flag is from package flag, and
Yep.
string variable, and stored here, and then it's
And
like,
then that's what you'll call it on the command line.
and we'll call
That's
it out.
the default if it's skipped, and
And-
that's a description.
Okay, and so you could pass in parameters for, and then when you build stuff, you could say use this or don't use this.
Yep.
And then flag parse is parsing all that.
So yeah, you define all your string vars
Yeah.
and int vars and whatever,
Yeah.
and then you say flag parse the end
And
to tell it to actually
to
check
do it.
to actually do it.
And then all those variables are available. And then outdir,
Out,
do you use
out,
that?
Outdir will actually be, or yeah,
I was
outdir
just
is
trying to
used.
control. Oh, all over the place. Outdir is
Yeah.
all over the place.
So yeah, actually case sensitive. So
Okay, there we go. Sweet. How did you switch that?
that's one of my.
It's a Firefox magic
Yeah.
match case. That was sweet.
Yeah. I use it often. I turn it on and off often enough. I figure
Yeah.
out the keyboard shortcut.
Yeah,
but-
that's awesome. All right, so that's just creating a variable, and then when you do like genapp outdir file path join, you're passing in that command line variable.
Yep. So yeah.
Okay.
In app, I want it to generate out to wherever our root outdir is
Yeah.
/app.
Okay. Huh. Fascinating.
So, and then a lot of these are options too. So if we wanted to make like tests, Go tests, you could go here to the Gen app, and it's got a no test true.
Yeah.
Set that to false, and it'll actually create a it'll create a subfolder. There'll be course/app/tests.
Yeah.
And you can use, and it'll be a bunch of tools you could use to write Go tests for the various endpoints
In Goa.
in Go.
So that's something huge that we haven't been able to do.
We
Again,
haven't-
limited
I wish.
resources, limited time, absolutely limited money, and so if you're wanting to jump in and help, and the idea of writing some tests or figuring out how to add tests just to make sure everything works, that might be a good place to start, because
Yeah.
you could write the test. And those tests are kind of verifying that the code we built is right, and at the same time you're starting to add some things in. So if somebody wanted to write tests in Goa, they could go to the documentation on Goa to learn about how to write Goa tests.
Yep.
But then in here you're saying under genapp new generator, we do genapp some function tests.
Yeah. So yeah,
Okay.
flip that to false, so that flip that no test to false. And
right.
And then Goa will generate some test helper tools for Goa.
Oh, okay. And then there's a place to customize those more. Obviously, It's got to be easier than harder than turning that to false.
Yeah,
Otherwise, we would have done that already.
Yes. So no, it just creates like helper things for like creating a request for Goa, so you can call the Goa functions.
Okay. Fascinating. All right. It's cool.
Right. So yeah, that's the Gen package.
And something next in the next one?
Controllers.
Controllers. See you for the next one. More on controllers.